So, Iman, this was my drive to work, by the way. I had to obviously be careful, but take this particular video because I was so jealous of all of you experiencing this snow. And today, as I was driving to work, this was me.
And judging by a lot of the videos that we've seen, other people as well, this was also their experience. There are certain conditions that you need to apply as a motorist if you're driving when the weather is the way that it is. But it was, let's just stay with the magic for a moment. It was absolutely magical. And we're going to continue to share with you videos from our team. That actually is my nephew who studies at Wits, and on his way to varsity this morning, clearly also, as you'll see in a moment, underdressed for the weather. And that's one of the things we'll talk about tonight, Bongiwe, is the plight of those who are exposed when you have a weather like this. Oh, there he is, Marcel.
And look at him, so underdressed. You know, young people. But honestly, man, I mean, you, just as you know, I was coming to the office, there were even some of the homeless people. I was very worried about some of them at the traffic light, and standing there, they don't know where to go. So really, it's time to also pay a special focus on them. But you took this particular video.
Oh yeah, that's at my house, because as I say, it was completely magical. And what you're talking about though, Bongiwe, will speak to those in the Red Cross and those who work with people who are exposed and vulnerable in just a moment. Yeah, they showed the whole thing. I thought they were just in. Okay, so then you walk up the stairs.
Living in luxury.
Just joking. All right, so again, as Bongiwe and I are encouraging you to please send your videos. So the Midlands, Southern Johannesburg, Underberg, areas like that, absolute, what we'd call a winter wonderland. There's always a sting in the tail for people who don't have proper shelter and don't have warmth.
And of course, one of the things that, we've been asking, a number of people asking, is it the snow? Is it really the snow? What are we seeing out on the streets? And he's right here, Mpho, to tell us what's happening.
You're certainly not dressed for the chilly weather, Mpho. You're always, ready for the red carpet. But we love to hear our weather in style. So what is it? What do you call this?
It's simply snowfalls. Snowfalls, because people actually confusing with the slate, whether is it freezing rain, what is it, but it is snowfalls, because the simply explanation between the difference between snow and slate is because it's simply because a snowfalls, when it falls, it actually doesn't actually dry up, it just remains. Whereas slate, when it falls down, it actually transforms into rain now and becomes water at the same time. So that's what basically the fundamental difference. And in terms of the structure, snowfalls is actually made out of crystals, and slates are actually made of ice petals. That's the difference.
So beautiful. We know that snowflakes are all individual. They are as individual as fingerprints. Here's the other question, though. Climate change. Is this as a result of climate change? The last time I think we had this type of weather in Johannesburg was about 12 years ago. Yeah,
2012, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, look, in terms of me as a meteorologist, for us to talk about climate change is actually a grey area because we actually focus on nowcast. But in terms of the events that we're seeing, we can simply say part of it is climate change because now we start to see the intensity. Events are becoming more intense and they come frequently. So basically that part could say, yeah, it's part of climate change.
And we'll have a conversation with a climatologist in just a moment, actually, to talk about that and to see whether this qualifies as extreme weather patterns, because we certainly do, the South African Weather Service and yourself saying it is. So why are we seeing what we're seeing? So, Mpho, is it going to look like this for the rest of the week? Please tell me no.
In terms of snowfalls, no.
Okay.
Snowfalls actually, as we're just going to see it for tonight. From tomorrow, we start to see a little bit of sun. But temperature-wise, it is still going to be a little bit chilly because with the wind is going to be coming in. So I might say the maximum temperature might be 15, but in terms of the feel, it will feel more, it will be full colder because of the strong winds that will be coming in.
Well, interesting.
Yeah, and we'll look forward to hearing more from you in our weather report. And even though it might not snow, as you say, for the rest of the week, again, there's going to be really cold temperatures we are expecting, and all of us have to take precautions, especially when we are on the roads. Thanks, Mpho. We'll see you later in weather.